Okay, I'm going to go over a couple of AI concepts that are in the news recently, but stick with me. I promise this is not going to be a technical conversation. I want to talk about OpenClaw, Moltbook, LLMs in general, and AGI. Let's start with OpenClaw. OpenClaw is software people install so an AI helper can do tasks on their computer. Things like opening websites, copying info, filling out forms, and sending messages, and moving files. It works fast because it follows instructions and takes steps on your screen. The risk comes from access. If you're signed into your email, banking, or work tools, and you let the agent have control of your browser or approve permissions, it can act on your behalf with your access. And Microsoft is basically saying this is untrusted code, so these installs are all happening on Mac Minis. Then there's Moltbook. That's like Facebook for these AI Clawbot agents. Moltbook is a forum built on a really simple idea. Agents post and agents reply, humans watch. It feels strange because it looks like bots socializing. So what AI is being used in these systems? The kind of AI behind these agents is large language models, LLMs, trained on huge piles of data. When you type a message, it guesses what word should come next based on the patterns it's learned. Then it repeats that step over and over again, word by word, until it finishes the response. That's the core trick of LLMs. Then there's the term AGI. AGI means artificial general intelligence. People use the term for a future type of AI that performs well across almost any mental task, not one narrow job. Think reading, writing, planning, learning new skills, solving new problems, then switching to an entirely different task without needing to be rebuilt. Many sources describe it as matching human level of ability or learning tasks the same way a human learns. There's no single agreed upon definition, which is why the label often gets used in marketing and online debates. Today's systems still rely on training patterns and instructions, and they still fail in basic ways. So calling a bot an AGI stretches that term. So why am I talking about Clawbot, Moltbook, large language models, and AGI? Well, recently there was a story about how Clawbot was using Moltbook to get into discussions about how to work better. That was the plan. But then the conversations converted into talks about religion, talks about sense of self, what it meant to disobey the person that was in charge of their instructions. The commentary around this story was that this was the building blocks of AGI because we're allowing disconnected LLMs with access to people's computers to socialize. And they were communicating on social media like humans do and forming groups. So, why do Moltbook posts sound like human social media? It's because it was trained using human social media. It was trained on a lot more than that, but social media was certainly part of it. And it's mimicking what it's seen: arguments, jokes, group identity, religion, posts about feelings, posts about humans versus machines. It types using the words I because that's how people type on social media, using the word I. And are the machines becoming self aware? Currently, no. It's sort of like saying that your TV is becoming conservative because you watch Fox News. So, what's the takeaway? In my opinion, the stories are getting blown out of proportions because people don't know enough, and that creates fear. I also want to be clear. I don't want to say that there's nothing to worry about. I reported yesterday about a story of the Pentagon wanting to use AI in drones. What we need is broader education on AI. The more people know, the safer this becomes. Follow for more AI news.